Hello there, my name is Kevin and today I'm going to teach you how to create your very first ever website. I'm going to preface this tutorial by saying that this is an extremely basic website, suitable really only for absolute beginners. So if you think you fit that description, then by all means keep watching. The first thing you need to do is you need to open up a text editor. I'm using Notepad++, but you can also use just regular Notepad. Once you have that open, you're going to put this code at the very top of the page. Doctype HTML within these triangular brackets with the exclamation mark at the very beginning. All this is doing is it's telling the web browser when it opens this file that the language being used on this page is HTML. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to add in what is known as the opening HTML tag. Now, tag is a word you're going to learn a lot about as you learn how to code websites. An HTML tag is basically anything within these triangular brackets. So here's our opening HTML tag, and as you can imagine, if we have an opening HTML tag, we must have a closing HTML tag. So if I expand this here, you can see I have the closing HTML tag at the very bottom of the page. And the only real difference between the opening and closing tag is this forward-facing slash. Another term we need to get used to when we're thinking about HTML web development is the word element. And an element is anything between the opening and closing HTML tag. So everything I have highlighted here is part of the HTML element. Within the HTML element, we also have a couple of extra tags. We have a head tag and a body tag. Now these are the absolute most basic tags that you can put in your HTML document. The head tag is where basic information about your website is going to go, such as titles or links to style sheets or other things that we really don't need to get into right now. If I expand our head element, you can see, of course, we have our opening head tag and we also have our closing head tag. Within our head element, you can see we also have a title element. Now, a title element is, again, one of the most basic things you can put within your head element. And all this is the title that you'll see at the top of a web browser in the tab section of the web browser. It's just the title of the page that we're looking at. So what I've done is I've named the page My First Website. You can call it whatever you want. I've just gone with My First Website to keep it simple. Once we move past the head section, we now look at the body section. And the body section is, as you would imagine, where the main body or content of the website will go. So if you expand the body element, we'll see that we have our opening body tag and we have our closing body tag, as we have with the other tags. Within the body element, we also have a couple of other elements. We have the H1 element and we have the P element. The H1 element is just the heading element, and this is just where the heading of the page will go. The reason it's called H1 is because it's the biggest, most important heading on the page. So don't overuse H1. There's other headings then for H2, H3, H4, all the way down to H6. So there's different headings you can use for different situations. Then the P element that we're using here is just our paragraph of text element. It's just regular text, main kind of content of the website will go in our P elements. And we can have multiple P elements on a page. We can have multiple H1 elements on a page. It just all goes inside the body of the HTML document. And once you have that all done, you make sure you have our HTML tag closed, and that's it. You've created your very first ever website. An extremely basic, simple website, but you've gone and you've created your first website. So next thing you need to do is you need to save it. When you're saving it, make sure that you save it as a HTML file. So you can see here we have a drop down list of different things. Make sure you look for the hypertext markup language and save it as that. You can see I already have it saved, so I'll just say yes, replace it. And once it's saved, then we can open it up in a web browser. So once we open it up in our web browser, this is what it looks like. And like I said, it's an extremely basic website. It just has a heading and a paragraph. It's not even a long paragraph. And like I said, you can see here it has the title of the website, which is My First Website. So there you go, you've created your very first ever website. An extremely basic website, but hey, it's a website all the same. This has been my very first ever tutorial. But as I add more videos and more HTML tutorials, I will be adding them in the description below. So if I have already created them, you'll see links to those in the description below. If you liked the video, please give a thumbs up, it helps out a lot. And if you have any questions at all, leave it in the comments below. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to making more tutorials to help you guys learn, and also to help myself learn. You know, by teaching is probably one of the best ways you can learn, is by regurgitating the information to others. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.